what would you say like are some of the because I've never seen authentic lucha libre down there.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say if you had to explain it to somebody like me? Like what
It's
would you
like,
say maybe are like some of the key differences between how it's done here versus there?
oh man, I mean, how it's done there. Man, it's just go go go. It's like freestyle.
Mm.
It's just constant movement. I mean, yeah,
That is true
it's a
because
whole different art.
here,
It really is. I mean, everywhere else, it's yeah. I mean, they always go back to just that American style, that traditional style. I feel like,
Mhm.
especially back here, but when it comes to like lucha libre over there, especially now at the level of CMLL and AAA,
Okay.
again, it's just you can see the art and just the style at its finest.
Hmm.
It's
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
I can't really explain it more than just
The
high
fact that it has to
flying,
be, you have to.
fast pace. It's just constant go go go.
It's like you're
And
better off just going to watch it than.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
and yeah, again, just the way they train, it's like we got to step our game up out here. You know what I mean? It's like they train with pride, they train with honor, and it's like even preparing even just before they get into the ring. It's like the warm ups. I mean, they train in like the arenas, the coliseums out
Mm.
there, so it's like they're doing things like the bleacher runs and you know just all these crazy calisthenics, the warm ups,
Right.
everything. It's like they're getting their sweat and their cardio in even before they get into the
Before,
ring, and
yeah.
then the ring workout is a whole separate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, they're
they,
literally nonstop.
yeah,
Literally
it's
nonstop.
literally, yeah,
It's
it's a
it.
grind, it's a hustle.
Because I've always growing up, I wasn't like I wasn't crazy into boxing, but I've always liked boxing growing up, and I had a few favorite fighters and whatnot. But um, I know, and so whenever anybody likes boxing, they eventually learn about that Mexican fighters are ones to not mess around with. And,
Yeah.
they're to be respected because one, they're tough as hell. They
Oh
can they
yeah.
can take a freaking punch, bro.
Yeah.
Them, ooh, bro, I've seen them go click, and they're like, all right, we back at it.
Yeah.
It's like we good.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I bring that up is like I'd imagine that definitely translates directly into wrestling, and I'm sure even other art forms that Mexican fighters go into. But
Yeah, I mean they got that the high altitude out there, it's so
that's
it's
true.
one of those things. It's like cardio
Mm,
is key out there, and
that is true.
yeah,
I did not think about that.
it's
Yeah.
very very important out there. It's
Mm.
if you get blown up in a match, it's like that's it. It's over.
Wow.
Yeah, and
And,
it's
did
really
it
easy.
affect you like?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
especially I mean the first few matches I was like I don't see what he's talking about. Why is everyone saying like when I say he I meant my sponsor. But yeah, they were telling me yeah the cardio, even guys like Cain Velasquez were coming out here for a
Mm.
fight, and
Wow.
I heard he lost because of his win, his
Wow.
cardio, and he's known to be one of those cardio beasts. And it's like if you're getting blown up in a fight out in Mexico because of that, then that just goes to show it's because so
And how does that work? Like if they if and I'm just creating a hypothetical situation here. I'm not saying that any of this happened, but in let's say there's a match, a 1v1 or whatever, and then one of the guys are supposed to come out as the victor, but he gets tired like that, like literally just too exhausted. Does the
find a way to work into that quick whatever
like I was
sequence
gonna
or
say like
whatever it
what
is,
happens there?
do what you got to do to
You
yeah
have to follow through with the story, like no matter what.
I
Like
mean if you can get there, then you can get there somehow some way. I mean sometimes I guess it doesn't always go according to
mm,
plan, but if that were the case, if that were to happen, I'm sure they would find
yeah,
it
because
would
that's
just
gotta be difficult, man. If
I mean
like
but
if I'm sitting there and I'm like
yeah.
tired as fuck because of like the altitude, maybe I'm not used to it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
damn, how am I supposed to keep up with, what's supposed to happen? It's like fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's a
you got a
mind game
crowd.
it's a
Like
mind game of its own.
that's true. Wow, that's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough. Yeah, the thing that's so
I mean
crazy because
the matches, I mean, again, yeah, a whole different game than the training. It's like I feel like the training is where it really started to like. Obviously, you're not gonna wrestle like how you train, right? But as far as when the cardio goes, it's yeah, I was getting my workouts in out there. I was By the end of certain training sessions, I was not able to stand up or breathe, or I was feeling yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you would have to. You would definitely have to. Especially like if I were to do that, I would. There would be no way I could just audible into the ring, just no exercise.
Yeah,
But
but
just in that altitude, you're crazy. Because I think a lot of people misconstrue the amount of stamina that fighting sports versus like field sports get. Um, it, there's a reason why the rounds are only like 2 to 5 minutes long in like a fight for example, because the fighters get tired, and
yeah.
then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, some of you motherfuckers be going for like 15 minutes straight. And I'm like,
I mean,
Lord,
yeah.
bro. Like,
I
that's
give a lot of certain guys
crazy,
credit,
dude.
for being able
That's
to do that kind of stuff.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And I was
wow.
lucky enough when I was out in Mexico. Most of my matches were trios, so I had two other tag team partners I was
Okay,
working, and
all right.
so the majority of my matches, they were tag matches. I wasn't just the only one, and there was someone else, so I was able to catch my breath. But for the most part, yeah,
Good, good. I mean,
yeah,
like, because
and